So welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. Feburay here from Thailand. I hope you're doing well. It is 1 Jan here in Thailand, which is Monday morning here in Thailand, and yeah, it's a sunny day, sunny morning, etc. But it has rained last night, and that is significant. I'll tell you in a minute. Right, so yeah, but as you probably can see, for instance, now listen, people are going to look at me and say, wow, you're old. I said, well, yeah, I am, because I'm in my 60s, early 60s, 61. But the thing is, also I was very, very fat years ago, but when I come to Thailand, lost a lot of weight, so for instance like that. But also, supporting Manchester City in Thailand, etc., you've got to be prepared to stay up or get up early, or stay up early. So the game started about 11:30 Thai time. Just finished watching the ladies, unfortunately. And finished, and then the game started about 11:30, and then we didn't finish until about 2 a.m. By the time I got some sleep, and then I was up at 7 a.m., 6 o'clock this morning, etc. Because I couldn't sleep because there was buzzing, so I was listening to some podcasts, etc. The Man City podcast of talking, and until about 9ish, etc. Then and now you catch me now. So I probably had a few hours sleep, should I say? So yeah, so I do apologise. So I've got bags. So there you go. So. But ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? What a game! And we've come out. We've caught, keep the faith, 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 keep the faith. Honestly, for instance, I think too many people walked into this game thinking, we're not going to beat Liverpool at Anfield, we'll never get nothing at Anfield the first time, whatever. And I remember LB was talking, I think to Nobbins, etc. I'm not sure, I think, whatever. And he said, Man City get a win at Anfield every 10 years, so for instance, or every 10 times, etc. So, and he said, maybe this is the time, etc. And we did! So, for instance, and sometimes, but also, I think, because I really want to stress this, because again, the Premier League this season, because I'm sick and tired of the mainstream southern-based bias media compared to Manchester City this season compared to with previous seasons, 100 points, the treble winners, that kind of thing. It's not the same. You can't do that. The drop-off, the fall-off, the standards of Man City set so many high standards and where they are right now, etc. You can't compare. You can't. I'm sorry. You can sit there and say, well, yes, you can. No, you can't, because quite honestly, for instance, again. One thing, when I've been watching Manchester City, I've been following Man City since the 1970s. So, for instance, and again, there was a time when you could, when the Rags were winning everything, etc. But there was you only had the likes of the Rags. You had Arsenal, maybe I think came into that when Wenger started playing. Maybe Charlie Graham, maybe once or twice. Liverpool was the main other protagonist in that time. But apart from that, that's the only ones who are going to win the league. There was no Bournemouth, there was no Brentford, there was no Brighton. There was no whatever, in the Premier League. You can walk into a Premier League just like you can do in the La Liga, just like you can do at Serie A, and guess and say, we know exactly what the score is going to be tomorrow. Because again, the top is playing against the bottom, so the top is going to be with the bottom. And this season, especially, last season it kind of started, this season it definitely showed its thing, that if you put on a run, as it were, go on a run, like the Rags are doing at the moment, etc., that kind of thing, you can fly out the table, etc., because again, the teams will, especially this season, everybody expected Liverpool to go in because of the amount of money they spent, etc., and see where they've gone. Nobody expected Man City to get top 4, for instance, or mainstream media, especially, but with second, nobody expected Aston Villa to be right about the top 6, but now where they are, third. So, for instance, and Arsenal, as everybody expected Arsenal to go in a title charge, which they are on the top, but they've not been consistent enough. No team in the Premier League has been massively consistent. That's the reason why it's only 6 points after Man City only won 2 and 8. Sorry, so for instance, how can that be? So because no team is. Is actually running away with it, as you say. Liverpool did it last season, etc., but they also had the faults. So it's not been that kind of. Everybody's very competitive, and you can't walk in. I think people were looking at Man City's next 5 games, thinking, we've got an even easier 5 games compared to Arsenal, and you can't do that because again, you've got to treat every single game as most important this second, whether you're playing the team at the top or the team at the bottom. Okay, maybe likes of Salford, the Rags, going over the guy who hates the British flag. Him and his best mate and his bestie mate Starmer, and yeah, so maybe you can treat that one as a little bit, you know, and what's it called, and play the kids, etc. But the fact is, normally, for instance, in every Premier League game, you've got to treat with respect. And knowing that people come into it, oh well, Liverpool's getting to a bit of form because they beat blah 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 blah. The thing is, the previous games, I think they drew against Burnley, they drew against Brentford, etc. For instance, what's it called? Yeah, they beat Newcastle, but Newcastle having a bit of drop off. City beat Newcastle, and but again, and it's Anfield, and it's yeah, they're showing a bit more form, so it's going to. You know, you can't, and I think some people watch it and think, well, Liverpool's going to win. So, for instance, and I'm thinking, no. And again, you got to look at, I've got in the back of my mind. I've said in this broadcast, you probably might have seen it. If you don't believe me, go. I thought Man City would win the game 2-1 or 3-1. What's it called? I wrote it down in my what's it called, in the in the YouTube thing, etc. at the back, etc. where it shows you the descriptions. I put my protected scoreline. And the reason why I put that, because I believe that we could do it, because Liverpool have not been playing great, and just because it's Liverpool, just because it's Anfield, just because of the blah blah blah, because of Man City or whatever, and the way our fall, it's a Premier League game, and if you don't respect that, if you watch it and going, oh, it's only City, oh whatever, oh we're playing at Anfield, oh whatever, and you think that, what's it called, you're going to lose. You know, you've got to go in with the expectation that you're going to win. So, for instance, in the game, the first 45 minutes, Man City were by far the better team. What's it called? Even though we're getting zero credit from this mainstream Southern-based biased media, I didn't want to listen to Sky. What's it called? When I was listening to my, so I was flicking through. I found an American one called Peacock stream, etc. I was listening to that one, and then unfortunately there was an English guy, for instance. And of course, when Liverpool scored, etc. The last night, oh my God, it was all coming out. Man City don't score in the second half. Manchester City, for instance, Erling Haaland's only had so many touches. Manchester City, and his title's over. La la la. La, la. And then suddenly Bernardo Silva scored and went bang, stop, complete stop, boom. Anfield went quiet. Oh, this was not part of the script. This was not supposed to happen. Okay, and then of course, City going on to win the game, etc. And I'm listening to Craig Burley this morning on ESPN, talking about how did you think about him and next to Stevie Nicol, Liverpool? Talking about what do you think about the game? And well, the second half, Liverpool played so much better, and that was where they started. They didn't start the first half. They started well. Liverpool were much better, played so much better in the second half, and Liverpool did that in Liverpool, and they had a fantastic goal. Blah blah blah. Okay, and then of course Craig Billy come up and says, "Oh well, City were better in they were all right in the first half. All right, okay, fair enough. Okay, but again, mainstream Southern-based biased media. What can you expect?" So, for instance, and then of course it was all about, well, if for instance, Szoboszlai should have been sent off, then so should have Gahey been sent off, because it appears that there was a pull and Salah, and what about Bernardo Silva? Should have had a penalty because Bernardo Silva, Salah touched Bernardo's shoulder, didn't pull him back, drag him back, he just touched him, and Salah has gone, oh, Swan died, but oh no, so of course. So that's what you're going to get. But then they can cry as much as they want. Man City got the 3 points, and what's it called? So in your face, Craig Burley, Jim White, you, what's it called? Simon Jordan, you, Sam Matt, shut up your face, you, and Alex Cook, you, and all the rest of you talk sport, Sky Sports crap, etc. Who you're going to second analyse this and talk about Man City won the game, etc. Blah blah blah. Rather than giving credit to Manchester City. Let's go to the game. Because you know what's going to come, and the reason why this is 10 o'clock in the morning, you guys are in England, etc. all asleep, but I know exactly it's Talk Sport and Sky Sports are going to come at Man City today without a shadow. They'll find a way. Oh, should have been, think he got to been sent off, oh, whatever, rather than giving the credit to Man City. There'll be a tiny bit of credit to Man City, but it'll always be about the fact that Liverpool, the script has gone, and the fact Liverpool didn't win. And the mere fact that I'm watching, for instance, the American broadcasting or whatever it's on in English, ESPN. If it's not ESPN with Stevie Nicol, then you've got another one. For instance, the Premier League. They've got They had Michael Owen and who else was it? Pointer. You know who I mean, Pointer. You've had Sky Sports. course, they had Carragher, you had Neville, and then you've got, what's it called, the guy next to him, the miserable bugger, etc., for instance, next to, But people say, well, you had Makarich. Well, Makarich is 50-50, I'm sorry. But yeah, so no. So, for instance, we don't get any representation. You'll say Jolie Lescott was on, but again, it's met Jolie, nice guy, but I would say he's a big Man City fan, as it were. So, but we'll see. Even though he's been on City, yeah. But anyway, right, okay, let's go to the game, etc., and let's go for the, let's do what Manchester City have said. Let's go for the actual starting lineup. So we started off with Donnarumma in goal, Nunes, Kuzinov, Mark Gueye, Ryan Ignori, Rodri, Silva, O'Reilly, Erling Haaland, Semenko, and Marmoush. Cherki came on the 61st minute for Marmoush. Nathan Ake came on the 96th minute for Semenko, and Diaz came on for Kuzinov on the 61st minute. I thought it was a good starting lineup. I'm sick and tired of people talking about Man City's defence. I think Man City's defence he's probably one of the, especially when we get Kuzinov, Guardiola back, etc. We're going to have the best defence in the Premier League by far. I'm sorry. Nunes, good Donnarumma, Nunes, Kuzinov, 5-star, absolutely great player. Refusing to come off even though he got a cracked in, although that could have been a goal as well. Gueye showing his class, even though he's getting booed by the Scousers. God knows why. It wasn't his fault. Why are you booing him, Scousers? Why are you booing Gueye? Was a goal because it wasn't his fault. He got pulled back by Crystal Palace. Okay, the manager at Crystal Palace. Grasnap, you boo him, don't boo Gueye. Bit of sods. Ryan Ignori, so offences, and that is a hell of a defensive goal when Diaz, and we've got Diaz and Guardiola. So sorry, come on, the best. Right, okay, so let's go and have a look at the stats. So the stats possession, Man City have 53%, 47% to Liverpool. City has 6 shots on off target, and Liverpool had 8 shots off target. On target, 7 shots for Man City, 7 on target, 4 for Liverpool. 5-4 in corners for Liverpool, 13-16 fouls, 1 red card for Liverpool, 2-4 as far as yellow cards for City. But let's go and let's have a look. Okay, so let's read. Okay, so City scored twice in the closing stages at Anfield to earn a 2-point victory over Premier League victories over Liverpool. Bernardo Silva and Erling Haaland penalty snatched victory from the jaws of defeat after unstoppable 71st minute free kick. Great free kick, by the way, absolutely fantastic. Not sure about the wall. I know you wanted to see it, but you didn't even react. Guys, have more people in the wall if you're not going to react. Ryan Cherki though thought he had a third deep in stoppage time when the ball was rolling the ball from the halfway line. Instead, his effort was chased by Sablaza and Erling Haaland in a red card for the Hungarian. Why the hell wasn't the Liverpool goalkeeper not running back? It was because he was run up. To get a goal? Join the attack for Liverpool, and then there was a part where we defend it, and the ball would nearly hit the hardware headline, but the goalkeeper stayed up. Why the hell did he run back, etc.? And then of course why he stayed up, etc. When the ball came floating back in, and then City cleared it, Turkey turned around and said the goalkeeper's still there. Right, we'll knock you. So why the hell didn't the goalkeeper go running back? I don't understand. Instead, the effort was chased by Sablaza and Erling Haaland as a red card for the Hungarian. Anything other than the third win at Anfield for the Premier League era would have felt cruel after a statement performance from Pep Guardiola's side. The win will see City's first league double since 1936-1937. Jesus Christ, and ensures that we remain 6 points behind Arsenal. The game in a stadium where City have struggled to put our best foot forward, we would have been one up within 2 minutes after Bernardo Silva slid Erling Haaland, only for Alisson to smother. Yeah, Erling Haaland should have done better with that chance. There was an outstanding moment in the frantic opening period, which saw both sides pressing high and going back to front at pace. City settled it into the domination of the ball as the heavens opened and the first half wore on, registering 10 shots before the break. Just again, coming back to this, just because again we're talking about signs, whatever. Just as the heavens opened in England, etc., when it started raining, the heavens opened in Thailand. Now we haven't seen the rain for a good 4 or 5 months, and I did know that it was going to rain yesterday, but just for a few minutes. I didn't expect the heavens to open last night. So for instance, and it did. So for instance, and yeah. So it was just like, I'm like, ooh, an omen. It was an omen. Right. Okay. Okay. Where am I up to? Everything and Mahmoud and Haaland, but all had half chances, but the half-time whistle blew, and we could only reflect on intelligible possessive without a goal to show for it. Yeah, Liverpool didn't ever have a shot on goal in the first half. City were by far the better team, and the team on the most front foot. Did we get any credit for it in the mainstream Southern-based biased media? No. 2-tier? No. The home side found some rhythm after the break. As I said, Man City always drop off in the second half. Blah, blah. No, they had to do better. It's not about that. Spurs had to do better because they were shit in the first half. Wolves had to do better because they were in the first half. What's it called? Yeah. But, it's always slag off Man City. Not the other teams need to step up. Spurs had to step up because they couldn't be any bloody worse. Liverpool had to step up. What's it called? We knew they were going to step up, and they're a home side. So honestly. So with Hugo Ekitike missing 2 golden chances either side of the post 10 minutes after the restart. Yeah, great chances. Didn't score. In the appearance then, it appears that the decisive moment on the 71st minute when an unstoppable free kick from distance was hammered by Dominic Szoboszlai. Instead, City were galvanised when Bernardo Silva, man of the match, Bernardo, captain, launching onto the Erling Haaland kick. Flick to poke home his first of the season. Yeah, first game of the season. What a time to do. He don't like Liverpool, Bernardo. And what's it called? What a cracker. First goal of the season. Our star man of the day grabbed the ball from the back of the net and encouraged us on. Yeah, Erling Haaland wanted to celebrate with him. He said, no, come on, we need to we need to get another goal. Come on, we need to win. And when Matheus Nunes was tripped by Alisson in the box, the appears that again Alisson came out. It was a perfectly good penalty. It was a foul, 100% foul, and he went rolling off the pitch, etc. And Alisson looked at him like it was a piece of garbage. That totally disrespect. But anybody can say he wasn't. Even though unlike he may have not scored, etc. He did get to the ball first, and then he got pulled out by Alisson, etc. Clear good goal. And Alisson has not been his best forms this season again, coming into the game. So Haaland put us ahead 12 yards from 12 yards out, even though Szoboszlai and a few others were trying to put off Haaland, who's in a bad form. Haaland, who blah blah. Haaland compared to the mainstream media, slagging him off, etc. Composed himself and scored an excellent goal against a very good goalkeeper, Alisson. Just not been playing well this season, but he's to a very pressurised free kick, and I've not really seen him actually rip off his shirt before, but he went running into the crowd, etc., and the crowd spilled onto the pitch and whatever. So, but yeah, absolutely fantastic. City fans, City fans were brilliant. And once again, Manchester United got it right. There wasn't much. This wasn't the end of the drama with Donnarumma making a string of diving saves to deny McAllister. Absolutely fantastic save. Really class. Really important. Then we thought we'd find a third when Alisson came forward for the set piece and stayed up for some strange reason, with Shirky rolling the ball into the halfway line for Szoboszlai and Haaland to chase after. The Liverpool man pulled the Haaland's shirt before the Norwegian did the same to Szoboszlai as the ball evaded interference. As after wild celebrations, VAR intervened, of course, and determined City have a free kick, Szoboszlai red card, and for the outcome. It mattered little to the end, with City taking breathless 3 points. Pep's reaction: it was a brilliant advert for the Premier League. First half we were really good. We lost a bit of momentum. In the second half, Anfield can feel like that. After that, we played more direct, and after that we lost the ball. We were so passive. What a strike from Szoboszlai. after that led to the captain Bernardo Silva weak comeback. The spirit has been there, and in general the first half was really good, and the second half had a bit of fatigue. Star man Bernardo Silva, the club captain, was the fitness doubt ahead of everyone. Yeah, absolutely, he was a fitness doubt, and but he said, I want to play, you know, in the man spirit that he's, you know, and people criticise him to be a captain of Man City. I think he's justified himself now, and you know, for all those doubters, and there's too many City fans being doubted Bernardo Silva. Oh, what does he do apart from running around? Does a lot more, mate. You can open your eyes. What's it called? His tireless attitude and his social running is matched only by his composure and control in tight spaces, enduring City's keep the ball on odds. It could have been he could have an assist on the 90 seconds, working into the pockets and throwing through a delight ball to Erling Haaland, and that was just the start of his excellent afternoon. Finding room for where there appears to be none, and linking with the midfield with the attacking trio seamlessly. And the fight credentials were further proven by the goal he scored. Absolutely fantastic. Bernardo's reaction for me, it was the toughest place in the league by far. When I scored, I was happy, but we needed another one. Erling did that. And obvious, we're very happy with the 3 points. Count as much as a win. 3 points. It was a frustration at the beginning, in the beginning of the year, because we didn't have to do our job properly to get a win here, a part of the COVID year. You have to imagine how hard it is, but I'm very happy. Absolutely fantastic. Mark Gahey, also another guy, for instance, getting booed, but absolutely playing absolutely fantastic. But I'll leave it there for today. We can always continue tomorrow, but with the player ratings, etc. Bernardo Silva gets player ratings for me. But yeah, it's a lot of players. Kuznov, Gahey, Donnarumma, what's it called? Bernardo, for instance, you know, in all stepped up today. Rodri, great in the first half. For instance, I was doubtful about Rodri, but overall delighted. That team, we still have the spirit, we still have the winning spirit. We still know that even though there's only 13 games left in Premier League, that you can still win it. You got to keep the faith. You gotta, you know, and again, how many times have we been 6, 8, 9 points behind and come back to win it? There's only been one season. I know that once it was to go. I remember when we actually was the 100-point season. But other than that, everyone has been going down to the wire. And this season with the Premier League, we've been saying in the beginning, which has been so topsy-turvy, so people are saying whether it's the worst Premier League season or the best Premier League season, with so many teams going up and down, and deciding who's going to be top 4, top 6, blah blah blah. You know, you just never know, and it's not over till it's over. Not over till it's over. It's not over till it's over. It's not over till it's over. It's not over till the fat like lady sings. It's just not over, and you've got to keep the faith, and that's the reason why we say keep the faith, City till we die. This is why we say these things. And I've seen a Premier League season after Premier League season. I was there at the first tier, at the Aguero moment. I was stood right, you know, sat in front of I never knew it. When he threw it. I've seen it too many times. You can't give up, and you can't go just because, and you can't listen to the mainstream southern-based biased two-tier media. Cannot. They know whatever. They get paid a lot of money for talking absolute, to which they will be doing this morning in England. I'd bang on it because I know I've listened to Craig Burley and Stevie Nicol already. You know, so yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you a true blue tie from Thailand. Like and subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking. What's on your mind? We're there. We're still there. Still fighting. Keeping the fight going on. Come on, City.